It's about, so that's the end of the song. So kind of gonna explain a little bit of what the entire song is. I'm basically saying, don't judge people unless you're perfect. And I can guarantee you're not. You have done something, you've either done the same thing or something similar, and you don't have any room to judge, so you should, not judge people. Yes, you can disagree, and you can let people know you disagree, but there's a difference between disagreeing with something somebody does and judging them. And I was judging them, and I realized that I was wrong. There's just so much hate. And I was like, we need to stop this. Georgie, are you okay? He was like spazzing out, poor guy. So I realized that I was doing the same thing. I didn't have any room to judge, and so I kind of just, that's always been a big thing for me, especially because of like my social anxiety. I fear that people are judging me all the time, and like I get frustrated because I'm like, if people would just not judge, I would feel so much more comfortable. And then I also realized, well, if I expect them not to judge me, then I shouldn't judge them. So I need to stop judging people, because that's unfair of me to ask other people not to make judgments, and then me to continue making judgments on people. So I was kind of just saying, you know, look at yourself before you try to fix other people, because I guarantee you're not perfect, and there are things that you need to work on, and you're probably doing the same or similar things as that person. So I don't know if I'm really getting across what it's in my head, because I'm not good at talking. That's why I write lyrics in songs. But there's a little bit of an explanation. So I hope that makes sense. Oh yeah, he also, Chris West, I think is his last name, Chris West, when he was talking about us on the air, he was saying that it had a little bit of like female empowerment in it, and I agree. I like that he brought that up. There's also like kind of the thing that you don't need to be in a relationship to have worth or to complete yourself. That's not something that you need, which I touch on in another song that is not released yet. So that'll be more like expanded on in another song. But that's kind of a little bit like the song, it's kind of frustrating because writing it, I had two different mentalities, and so that kind of comes through the writing. There's that judgment of like, that's dumb, you're chasing after these boys. There are more important things to worry about, like school. I was doing sports and music. I was more invested in those things than looking for a boyfriend or chasing after a boy, and I didn't understand that, and I was like, that's dumb. But at the same time, I was also like, you don't need to have like to be in a relationship to complete yourself or to feel good about yourself, or like it's not a necessary thing. And I felt that a lot of these girls were going after boys or after relationships to complete themselves because they needed to be in a relationship. A lot of the time these girls that I was watching were girls that always had like a different boyfriend every week or something, and I just, from an outside view, thought that it looked like they felt incomplete without a relationship, and I personally didn't want that, and I didn't think that that was healthy, and I didn't think other people should depend on a romantic relationship or any relationship to complete themselves, because that's not what a relationship is for. A relationship is to like enhance you as a person and not to complete you as a person. And so that there's also that kind of going on in the song. And then there's also the realization that I'm not in a position to judge, because first of all, I had never had a boyfriend when we had written this song. And so I didn't know like what it was like to be in a relationship. And so it's easy for me to say that, but I've never experienced being in a relationship or anything like that. And so I can say that all I want, but until I've experienced a little bit of it, I can't really talk about it. So there's also that going on in there. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much like what I'm trying to say. Female empowerment, more like just like individualistic empowerment. Like, I think that you should be independent as a person. You should be who you want to be, in a good place, happy with yourself before you can be in a relationship, because you can't love someone else if you don't love yourself. And that's why all those relationships end up. I've never been in a relationship, so I, like I said, I can't really speak on that, but that's just my view on it. And that was what I was trying to say in that song after I got over the judgmental period of it, you know. So, there you go. That's Stalk the Stalkers explained. Oh, I didn't explain the name. So, Brenna and I took Latin, and one of the phrases that we learned was, who will watch the watchers? I can't think of what the phrase is anymore. So, quis custodiet ipsos custodes, which means who will watch the watchers. And so she was like, who will stalk the stalkers? And we thought that was hilarious because we're a bunch of nerds. So that's what we titled it, because we were kind of stalking the stalkers in the song. That's where the title came from. Okay, so that's the end. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Stalk the Stalkers is out now as a single. You can buy it, you can download it, you can stream it. We have music on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Music, a bunch of other platforms that I cannot think of right now. So go listen to our stuff. Follow our social medias. We've got an Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We have a website too. Thanks for watching. Also, there's a lyric video for Stalk the Stalkers out now that I worked really hard on. I worked like 10 hours on it. So go watch it, give it a like, support us, please. Yeah, that's about all that I have. So thanks for watching. Bye.
First, just let me sit back while you do the stalking. Just be watching you and silently knocking. Maybe he should do some locking.